Hello and welcome, guys, to our final video of this PowerPoint with regard to the ocean's movements. So today we are going to start off with slide 56 right here, and we are going to make our way all the way to the end. So, hey, this is it. All right, let's start it on up. So we are talking about the moon, all right? Earth's celestial body. It orbits around us. It has a gravitational pull on us as well as we do on it. The moon's glow is really a reflection of the sun's light. The moon does not emit its own light. Instead, the sun's light reflects off the moon, and that is what you see. So, if I could find my little Earth, here it is. So if the sun right there, if the sun is up there and the moon is down here, we can see the moon because it is reflecting the light from the sun. The moon doesn't emit light, it simply reflects the light from that sun. Okay? So hopefully that helps you a little bit. The moon orbits the Earth one time per month. That's why we have one full moon per month, one half moon, one new moon, so on and so on. A full moon. Earth is between the sun and the moon. It allows sunlight to hit the moon and reflect brightly so that it becomes visible to us on Earth. And you can actually see, excuse me, you can actually see, I wonder if I can, I'm going to try something new with you guys here, first time ever. We're going to go with annotate. We're going to try and spotlight this. Hey, look at that. Okay. So you can actually see when we're on Earth, the moon is completely opposite the sun, and the sun's rays will travel around the Earth, light the moon up completely so that we see the entire side of the moon, and that is what gives us a full moon. All right, let's keep moving. A new moon in this case, the moon is between the sun and the Earth. So on the previous one, the Earth was between the sun and the moon. Now in this case, I want you to look, now the moon is in the middle. Okay, so full moon, Earth is in the middle. New moon, moon is in the middle. Okay, the moon is in between the sun and the Earth. The moon is in the shadow of the sun, so we cannot see the moon. So in fact, again, I want you to think about it this way. If we take a look, the sun's rays are coming out. As they come out, they light up the moon, but it's the opposite side. We cannot see that side because we are essentially on the dark side of the moon, and that's what we're looking at, the dark side of the moon. You cannot see it, so we call it a new moon. Moving on, the quarter moon. So we have full moon, new moon. Full moon, we see it completely, right? Because the sun is lighting it up. A new moon, excuse me, guys, I apologize. The new moon, we don't see it at all because the back side is lit up and we only see the dark side. And now with the quarter moons, the moon is perpendicular to the line of the sun. So we have the Earth here, we have the sun, right? And now we have the first quarter and the third quarter. Those are quarter moons. And we notice that the sun still lights up half the moon, but we can't see the entire lit side. So what we end up seeing really is just, let's see if I can do this for you. We just see this side right here. So we see half that's lit and half that is dark. And again, when you get your third quarter, again, you see half that's dark and half that's lit. In fact, it looks like a little person. Will give him a little hair, give him some ears, little goatee. Hopefully you guys are laughing. Yeah, so let's continue to move on. Moving on, we see that those annotations are still there, so we're going to actually take those away right now. We are going to continue on here. Those annotations are actually supposed to be there. So looking at this, we have the tides. I will link up a tide video to where I explain this a little more. I will also link up another video, hopefully, that looks at the mysteries of the moon, and it explains a little more. So, looking at this, the water, and we've learned this before, the water on Earth is a fluid, and it is always pulled towards the moon, okay? And there is a tidal bulge. We have that bulge on the backside, so we have high tide towards the moon and 180 degrees away from the moon, and then 90 degrees, we have the low tides. So, however, when the moon and the sun are in the same line, we have an unusually high tide on this side, because not only do you have the sun's gravitational pull, but you also have the moon's gravitational pull. All right. Moving on, we have the spring tides. That is what we just discussed. When the sun and the moon are in the same line, they are pulling even more on that water. Okay, it's not just the moon anymore. It is the sun and the moon combining gravitational pulls and pulling all of that water. It's a combined pull. Occurs only when Earth and moon and the sun are in the same line together, creates more extreme high and low tides because of the gravitational pulls. So we have an extremely high tide here and extremely low tides at the 90-degree mark. Neap tides. Neap tides, not only being a fun word to say, neap tides, it also occurs when the moon and sun are perpendicular to the Earth. So we notice the sun is here and the moon is perpendicular 90 degrees from that sun. It creates weaker tides because you have the sun pulling, the sun's gravitational pulling at one area, and now you have the moon's gravity pulling at another area. So the water's kind of like torn. It's like, which way do I go? The sun's over here, but the moon's over here. Who's going to pull me for high tide? It's kind of split. So you get a lower high tide and higher low tides. Moving on, we have, here's the spring tides again, and here's the neap tide, and you can see the differences in high tide as well as the differences in low tides. Again, here we go. We have 2 more slides, guys, and that is it. We see how the moon moves around, and you can see the bulge, the high tide bulge follows the moon. A new moon, okay, put what we've learned about how the moon's shadow is cast and what the tide is. When we have a new moon, we have a high tide, a spring tide. When we have the quarter moons, we have neap tides. They're a little bit lower. When we have a full moon, again, we have that spring tide. We have that higher tide, okay? So, one more slide. It just explains spring, and neap again. So I hope this has helped you guys. We are officially done with this PowerPoint. Excellent job. I want to commend and congratulate you all for sticking with this and following through. I very much appreciate it. I promised you I will link up videos. Here we go. I promised you I will link up some videos, maybe here, maybe there. Who knows if they'll be down there? Probably not down there, so probably just up there and up there. I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you all in the next installment of Oceanography with Fabs. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.